What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Outside the Quad or That Square Sports Podcast. It has been a while, but we are back. And today, I got the Cleveland Browns. Um, I guess we're just gonna start with the obvious. First and foremost, always like, comment, and subscribe. But let's get down to business, like we always do. I don't waste too much time. The Browns, man, their quarterback situation is probably the worst part of the entire team. Obviously, we all know who's going to start for week one. Kind of depends like how the preseason was. And if you guys watch the preseason games, both of them didn't look amazing. They didn't look like they stood out. Watson had a fumble. Shador had a couple of interceptions. Although Shador looks very comfortable, but also as a former Houston Texans fan, as an actual Texans fan. What the hell am I saying? As a former fan of Deshaun Watson, because he was from my Texans, I know that it's still in there. Some is in the tank. Pause on the massage. He's probably got to get stretched out a little bit, Anyways, I think that both quarterbacks will not save the Browns situation. Let's just be honest. They're going to have to probably draft the QB later on down the line. That's just going to have to rip the Band-Aid off. Both of them are just not going to cut it there. However, everything else around the Browns is not terrible. Running backs, I actually like both of them, Junkins and Sampson. I like both of them. Receivers, Concepcion is amazing. I already see what he's going to be in this type of offense. Gadget guy, good player. I can already see how they're going to use him. Secondly, Denzel Boston. Do not sleep on this man. I think Denzel Boston is a great deep threat, big body receiver. Obviously, in the draft, I didn't do any reviews on the draft this year. I was a little under the weather backing out, but I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a surprise steal for me in the draft as well for the Browns. Obviously, getting offensive line, they did what they needed to do, right? But I'm not here to talk about the picks, more predictions of the season. Offensively, straight. Defense. The Browns defense gonna always be good. They gonna always be good. But because their offense is their quarterback problem, they gonna be on the field longer than they need to. So if we're diving in like we're really talking about, I really love the skill players. The offensive line is probably a C plus, maybe a B if you really want to give it that. They can run the ball effectively, moving the ball down the field. This is the problem that I'm going to have with the Browns. They have Harold Fannin Jr., who is an exceptionally good tweener tight end, receiver type. I love that. He's going to probably be your bread and butter. If you're playing FanDuel, Prize Picks, or fantasy football, that's going to probably be your bread and butter guy because the way it looks, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders, whoever's playing quarterback for the Browns, they're going to fall in love with the tight end because they're not pushing the ball down the field. Even though I'm not going to lie, even in the clip that I'm showing in my video, Shador actually does move it down the field. I do believe that Deshaun Watson will start, and that's going to probably throw the offense, the whole team back because of that. It's better to just go ahead, bite the bullet, like I said in the draft, and get what they need to get. Now, let's talk about the schedule. Week 1, Jaguars, loss. Week 2, Bucks, loss. Week 3, Panthers, Browns. This is where I could see the Browns winning a game. I could see them winning a game, and it'll be an ugly win. Kind of depends on what Carolina's got going on. Steelers, because I don't know which Aaron Rodgers is going to be. Is this going to be like the on tour, final road, or Kobe Bryant? Is he going to go out like Kobe Bryant, just like fierce in this NFL season? Or is he going to pull a Paul Pierce and just kind of, hey, I'm enjoying the ride. I like the hotel stay. Man, the biscuits over there at the Quality Inn were great type guy. I really don't know. This is up in the air. I could see the Browns upsetting the Steelers. Yes, I could see that. So you got 2 wins now. 2-2. I could see that. Browns going 2-2. That sounds crazy, right? You're 500. I believe the Browns beat the Jets because the Jets, when I do that video, you will understand how I feel about the Jets. Anyways, moving on. Ravens, they take that as a loss. Browns, they take that as a loss. The Titans. The Titans. Because I don't know how the Titans are going to use Carnell Tate and Calvin Ridley on the outside, but their defense is going to be very good. Truthfully about Brian Daboll, and besides, I'm a Texans fan, so I really want the Titans to just go 0-16 and I'll be fine. However, I'm not going to hold you. I can actually see the Browns winning this. So therefore, you're now 4 games up. Steelers and Browns. The Steelers win this time. Saints actually blow out the Browns. Yes, I am biased against the Texans. I think that the Browns do lose to the Texans. But honestly, because the Texans are just a better team. That's the reason why. Raiders, Browns, depends on if Fernando Mendoza is starting. If Fernando Mendoza is starting, I think the Browns win. That's 5 wins for y'all. If he's not starting, then you all lose this game. So I'll say that. Bengals, Browns, Bengals. I believe the Bengals are going to sweep y'all this year. Falcons, Browns. I believe the upset is there. Give me the Browns. Makes y'all 6 wins. I believe you actually upset the Giants. That gives y'all 7 wins. This is crazy. You're like, well, what the hell, right? Ain't no way we doing all this. Yeah, that's the way you could do all this. With that being said, Ravens sweep y'all as well. And that leaves y'all with the Colts. I think you guys lose to the Colts. Therefore, the Browns go 10-7. And believe it or not, that puts you at number 3 in the division for me. Now, wins and losses throughout the entire season. And of course, we're going to come back to this video and be like, where did I go wrong? Where did I go right? I believe that the way the Browns offensively could be set up, they kind of have to just figure out what they're going to do at QB, which is an obvious way. For me, if it were be me, I say start Deshaun Watson. Take a deep breath with that. Start Deshaun Watson because he's the veteran. You pay him more. It is what it is. But then on top of that, too, with the Browns, he has shown me that he is more capable of pushing the ball down the field than Shedeur is. And also, quiet as is kept, if trade possibility does come into play for the Browns, people would probably want Shedeur more than Deshaun. But then again, I say that, I take that with a grain of salt because Deshaun also he threw an interception in this preseason game. Didn't look good. It was actually one of those really bad interceptions too. It wasn't like it was a good one. Like it was like, yeah, bro, you messed that up. That's 100% you. You know, he looked good against the blitz early in the preseason, but it is preseason. You know, a lot of vanilla cover 2, relaxed defense. You're not getting too much out of them. However, no. Therefore, start Deshaun Watson. It's better that way than for you to start Shedeur and then you got to pull him out. It just looks bad all around. Start Deshaun Watson because that's where the money's at. Move on from Deshaun Watson. Shedeur gets you through the season. Dylan Gabriel, for a left-handed quarterback, Jesus Christ, like, dude, it is, yeah. I don't even know why they took Dylan at this point, but it is what it is. I can see them bringing in a veteran guy to come in, like a Phillip Rivers type story for the Browns, and that's where those wins start to come into play. Just a competent QB that can get the job done to get you guys to 7 wins. With that being said, attack me in the comments, but I always know that the Texans are going to win a Super Bowl. Anyways, Browns fans, I have fun with this one. Peace.